The second race in the round of 8. And a spot in the championship 4 is up for grabs. 2 by 2, they come to the start line, racing in Texas. Down the backstretch they go. Kevin Harvick, Eric Jones making up row 1. Jones now with a little momentum, utilizing that traction compound on the high side. Can he get by the 4?
Pretty impressive for him to be able to stay out there this entire lap. His teammate Denny Hamlin not sure exactly who to go with here.
And right there, that was Eric Jones who led lap 1. With a little bit of a shove maybe from the 11.
Up the track a little bit.
And the 4 of Harvick shoots ahead.
And Denny had a little hard time there following his teammate down in the corner and lost the nose of his car. Got put 3 wide, lost a few spots. Back on the outside of Kurt Busch here, trying to battle back.
To go, the 9 of Chase Elliott is in the wall. Chase Elliott, who was almost in a must-win situation coming into this race, now slams into the wall. A lot of damage to the right side.
Yeah, you could take almost out. That car destroyed the playoffs for Chase Elliott. Mechanical issues last week at Martinsville, a couple of engine issues, one at Dover, one in practice.
Trying to roll that top there. Just slipped.
You heard him trying to roll the top. 10 laps into the wall for Chase Elliott.
Goes into the corner here, turn 1. Puts the car on the high side.
But not in the traction compound until late.
Just gets loose. Expecting to have more grip up there, and was surprised by what he found. And that's the risk when you go up into that middle groove. Is that traction compound going to be better for you? Not always going to work for every car. And he was surprised and shocked by what happened there. Whoa, got a wreck.
Wow, hard into the wall in turn 4. And Keselowski's caught up in it as well. It was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. that slammed into the wall in 4.
And Brad got into the fence, and then Ricky real hard in the wall behind him.
Running 11th and 13th. Big crash for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And you see the damage to the back of the 2 of Keselowski.
That traction compound, I'm telling you, you cannot trust it. I don't trust it. It's treacherous, and I'd be super nervous as a driver what kind of grip you're going to have every time you go through there.
Waiting for the window nets to go down. That's normally the driver's indication that he's okay. And so now we see Ricky Stenhouse Jr. climbing out of the 17. Brad Keselowski collecting himself. He'll be climbing out here shortly.
That was a big wreck.
Big hit there.
Go back and watch a replay. Look at Brad. He's up there trusting that outside groove, and around it goes. Car slipped a little bit, and there comes Ricky. Ricky saw it. Look, he's already loose. Car's coming around on him. He's in the wall now into the back of Keselowski.
Back up through the gears they go. Green flag back in the air. Bowyer and Harvick, teammates making up row 1, and once again Bowyer a great restart. He rockets out to the lead, and then the 18 of Kyle Busch was trying to keep the momentum up, but here comes the 4 of Harvick on the inside fighting for that second spot.
Kyle Busch got a great restart, was able to push Clint Bowyer. Martin Truex Jr. was behind Harvick and wasn't able to push him. Huge advantage for Bowyer.
Will the momentum stay with the 18 as he fights for that second position?
Busch brothers lined up on the outside, working together. 42, his teammate, Kurt Busch. Larson back there on the outside as well. On the outside of his buddy Denny Hamlin down the back straightaway.
Into turn 3 they go, and still a fight up front for position. Kyle Busch trying to take second away from Harvick. Ooh, now he does the crossover move.
Yeah, just about worked.
That front straightaway speed on that 4 car. We rode along with him a little while ago. You saw it right there. That's asking a lot of your driver, isn't it, Steve? Hey, we're going to take some downforce off this thing. You got to figure out how to make it get through 1 and 2. But it's going to make better lap time if we can do it.
I like that approach because of the changing conditions. Remember, with daylight savings, look at this mess right here. This race should end under the lights. Track grip should be at a premium. You're going to want the fastest car possible. You see Joey Logano right here trying to battle with the 36. Logano all the way back in the 21st position here with only 6 laps to go in the stage. He's going to miss out on those very important points.
You see right there, even running the high line, not able to make any momentum. He's struggling really to try to figure out how to get this car around the racetrack and move forward.
Look how much he's out of the gas, even in 3 and 4. It's the end of the racetrack with grip. Here comes Kevin Harvick.
And 11 car.
Oh, 11, Denny Hamlin across the grass.
Yeah, and
Not a lot of damage to this car, though. Now the back.
Right front, Rick, caught the grass, and to your point, it didn't tear the fender off.
Bring it back to us.
That's a lot of damage.
The splitter's gone from the right front.
This is big. Remember, Denny Hamlin came into this race feeling pretty good about where he was in points. This is going to be a major blow to this team.
Jeff, you mentioned earlier the 5th caution was tied for the most in a stage in stage 1. 6 cautions now as a new record for a stage. And it's happened here at Texas. Emotions run high, pressure very high on these drivers, knowing that there's only a few opportunities to keep their championship hopes alive. And Denny Hamlin, maybe a mistake here. And the end of the stage coming up quickly. 1 lap to go in stage 1. And look at it, 3 wide as they go into 1.
A huge benefactor in all of this. Whoa!
Up the racetrack. Michael McDowell, the 34, chasing that car up the track. It sent Bubba Wallace up there as well. The fight for the lead. Clint Bowyer, Kevin Harvick as they go into 3.
Kyle Larson in that 42 car on the outside as Harvick clears Bowyer. But Kyle Larson now into 3rd, in position to gain a lot of stage points right here.
Kevin Harvick will win stage 1. An eventful stage 1 at that. Bowyer 2nd, Larson 3rd. Bowman, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Kurt Busch, Ryan Preece, Ryan Blaney, and Daniel Hemrick. Hendrick Motorsports up front in row 1 with Alex Bowman and Jimmy Johnson now fighting for the lead. Eric Almirola in the 10. Down the backstretch, the fight for 2nd now between Almirola and Johnson.
Almirola put that car right on the right rear quarter panel with Jimmy Johnson. Really trusted him a lot.
Trusted him and maybe pulled him back a little bit.
Yes, but that was in the middle of the corner. It's one thing to do it in the middle of the corner versus down the straight.
Alex Bowman up front.
Almirola going to cross him over, tried to, couldn't quite do it.
And look at the run now by Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, that crossover move gave that 48 car a push right up to the back door of that 88 car of Bowman. The crossover's not going to really work that well because as soon as you cross over behind that car, it shoves him away, just like it would at Talladega or Daytona.
We watch this battle on the left-hand side. You see the points. Joey Logano plus 11, currently running 12. Kyle Busch only plus 10, but he came back to pit road, put a little bit more fuel in his car, currently running 22nd.
And what makes me nervous about that, Steve, is you take a car and put it in the back of the pack. Now you've exposed yourself to more danger. As we see Jimmy Johnson making a look for the lead right here.
7-time winner at this racetrack, trying to take the lead away from teammate Alex Bowman. And while these two run side by side, Eric Almirola tucking in behind them.
Wow, those guys really tight there going down the back straightaway.
Who's Eric going to go with? Looks like he wants to go on the outside, try to give that push to the outside lane.
Who knows, he might end up 3 wide trying to go around both of them. He's going to shove that 48 out front.
He didn't know there for a while. He kept moving one to the other.
I think you can go either way.
Jimmy Johnson now up front at Texas. I was asked the question, is Jimmy Johnson going to lead another lap in 2019? And I think a lot of people were thinking, I don't know. We don't know if Jimmy Johnson will lead a lap. Well, sure enough, it's right here at Texas, and it's right now.
How about Kyle Larson, guys? You know, last week we knew Martinsville was going to be, well, thought it would be his weak point. They stole some points. They stayed out, got some stage points. Didn't have a great finish, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And here they are. They're leading all the guys in the playoffs right now in 4th place. Could this be the day where he could get that win, lock himself into Miami? And he's not the guy people want to race in Miami. He's so good there. They've had him kind of pinned down in points, but he's in position to make that point a non-issue and go get a win.
And Jeff, they've been outstanding on these long runs today. And when Kyle was asked earlier this week, who would you like to race for a championship with in Miami, he said, I just want to race for a championship in Miami myself. We talked a lot about this traction compound today, though, and I found a comment he made to me earlier today very interesting. He texted NASCAR last night and asked them not to put more traction compound down. He said, if you put more down, it doesn't activate. When you leave it the way it is, it activates, and that's what he wanted. Right now, Larson in 4th.
We mentioned the points and how valuable they are. Kyle Busch pushing the issue with the 24 of William Byron here in the closing couple laps of this stage.
Any waves?
Yeah, a little wave. Appreciate you not battling me. That'll move him up to 9th.
Coming up on This Is the Final Lap, and it's Eric Almirola who is up front here at Texas. Almirola getting into the playoffs, but out after the round of 16. His best finish here at Texas, 7th. He's done it twice. Almirola coming back into the quad oval, and he will win stage 2.
Good organization in that outside line with the 48 and 24. Inside line organizing too. Look at the flap on the hood of the 20. 24 gets a little bobble there. Look, that outside is coming. Oh, Jimmy had a chance to go 3 wide there. Probably smart that he didn't do that to his teammate. He had to run, he had to lift.
Fight for the lead continuing. Byron with the advantage. That time by 8 1/1000ths of a second. But here comes the 41 of Suarez fighting back on the inside.
It's crazy how they all get stacked up. Getting into turn 1, that front straightaway is faster, and they get a little bit of a draft, and they all get just all collected together.
Yeah, that outside line, Jimmy's committed. Oh,
Oof. Yeah, William Byron had a good save right there.
that was, he was right on the quarter pound of the 41, and I think he pinned the nose with so much air on that car right there at that moment. Got him a little loose over the transition into 3.
And now about 2 car length lead for Daniel Suarez.
We got Austin Dillon out there on the outside, a couple rows back, right in front of Eric Almirola. Austin up in the top 10.
Some news out of the 3 team. Austin Dillon. Oh, as we look now, look at this helmet. That's Daniel Suarez's helmet. It's a sugar skull that was painted. This weekend is Dia de los Muertos, which is the Day of the Dead, honoring those that have passed away, and so passing along a little of the culture for Daniel.
Really good handle on that 4 car right now.
Making a guess at 185 miles an hour as to what line the guy in front of you is going to go. Almirola now driving out of his mirror, making sure he wants to
Harvick
take the line.
Yeah, Harvick knew from that last lap that Almirola was going to go to the top, so Harvick went to the bottom, cleared him.
Oh man, what a move. The 10's coming back though. He is coming back.
Here comes Almirola on the high side.
He had just enough of that side draft to get right back up there. That was impressive.
Cannot believe he got back to him. I thought that fight was over.
Yeah, me too.
Now big side draft here from Harvick. Gonna drive straight to the white line, get away from him as quick as you can, prevent that side draft. There he goes. Went up the racetrack to take that line away from Almirola.
4 new leader.
That is impressive how good that 4 car is. And I mean, these are teammates, very similar cars. The 10's been really good all night.
And 1 lap to go. Kevin Harvick, 1.5 miles away from another win. Kevin Harvick came into this race 5th in the points in the playoffs, so he was outside the championship 4. And with this win, he can lock up a position to go fight for his championship, his second championship at Miami Homestead. He will now tie Tony Stewart, 14th all-time for wins. Kevin Harvick wins at Texas.
Kevin, the confidence was there all weekend, but you have just punched your ticket to Homestead for a chance at another championship. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Just want to thank all these fans. Texas has always been so great to us, and what a racetrack the last few years. And they brought a great Ducks Unlimited Busch Beer Ford to the racetrack this weekend. But I got to thank everybody. I got to thank Mobile One, Haas, Fields, Hunt Brothers Pizza, Jimmy John's, everybody who helps put this car on the racetrack week in and week out, and all those guys in the race shop. Roush Yates Engines for putting this engine in this last week, and so it's just been a lot of work put into this race. We knew this was a good racetrack for us. Felt like it fit the style of our cars, and man, did it.